It's time for the water break.
What's going on, VLWC? It's your boy, Junior Minister Eli, and first of all, I want to give an honor to God, who is my life and who is my strength. I just say that just to give him a little extra reference to acknowledge that he brought me a very long way. I also want to give a thank you to our amazing pastors, Pastor Jay and Pastor Mel. Pastor Mel, we're so happy to have you back in your rightful place. We missed you so much, and we're all praying for you as you continue to recover, okay? Now, everybody, I had this epiphany almost. God gave me this bit of wisdom, and I wanted to share it with you if you guys have a minute today. So what he gave me is patience in your pain. Just think about that for a second. Patience in your pain. All right, I'm going to tell you something random now. It's going to make sense, but just give me a second, okay? Back in the 1960s, only 10% of restaurants were open 24 hours. So that means if you wanted to go get a hamburger at 2 a.m., you just got off work and you're so tired, guess what? There was a very, very small chance that you would get that around you in any area. You'd have to go in your kitchen and make yourself a sandwich and wait for the next day to go and get that hamburger, okay? Random thing number 2. The first workable prototype version of the internet came in the late 1960s, and it was a creation called ARPANET, the Advanced Research Project Agency, okay? Now think about that. Unless you were born around that time frame, can you imagine all the problems and bugs that came with the internet back then? Well, guess what? You don't really have to worry about any of that. You don't have to think about any of that. Why? We have everything we want at the touch of our fingertips. Isn't that something? I think that's very powerful, but I think what we fail to realize is that in our society today, because we have so much power in our fingertips, that we've become conditioned to be spoiled. Think about that. If you want to go get a ride somewhere, if you want to watch that favorite TV show with no commercials, you have it at the touch of your fingertips. Imagine not having any of those things and having those luxuries. You don't have to. But what happens when something happens in your life that you can't make go away? You can't just fix it with a troubleshoot or the tap of your fingers. What happens then? You get angry, you get irritable, you get mad, you get upset because you can't fix it like you can fix everything else in your life, right? Not everything has a troubleshoot, especially life. See, we've been conditioned because everything is so simple with everything we go through that we think that we're being robbed or somehow being misguided within our life, when really we're just going through the process of living. I think Pastor Mel said it best when she said, it's not a matter of if, it's a matter of when. So when the hardships come in your life that you can't just fix, don't get mad or get frustrated with yourself. You're just going through the process of living. I'm going to take you to Ecclesiastes chapter 7, verse 8. And I want to do it from the English Standard Version so it's a little bit easier to understand. But what it says is, better is the end of a thing than its beginning. Think about that for a second. Pause. Okay, continue. And the patient in the spirit is better than the proud in spirit. Now, for me, what that's saying is, throughout life, you have to go through that journey in order to get your blessing. You have to go through a process. Even if you're ordering that food that you wanted at 2 a.m. in the morning, the people had to prepare it for you in order for you to get it. It takes a certain amount of time for it to get there to you. So you just have to understand that within your process, it may not come in 45 minutes or the time that you expected it to, but it's on its way. And that's what you have to trust. You have to trust the patience in your pain.